Welcome to the Judgening. This is our Sunday edition here on Braddock Media. If you haven't tuned into the show before, what the Judgening is I go through each of the Funkos that are reviewed on the channel since last Sunday, and I let you know which ones I decided to keep, why, and which ones didn't make the cut and are going on eBay. Other cool part of this show is I have a bunch of DC Legion box and Collector Corp box, plus the new ones that are coming that I get to open on the show on Sundays as well. Not always going to be the case because they're every couple months, but anyways, I need to get this one done so I can make some room for that Dr. Freeze that's coming from the Batman Animated Series box. Because, yes, I looked at the spoilers and I am so bloody excited for what's coming in that box. So hopefully that will be here this week because I got my notification that it's going to be shipping out. So again, super excited. Hopefully that will be on next Sunday's Judgening. Let's crack into this Wonder Woman DC Legion box because this is something that I've been waiting for a while, especially when it comes to the Dr. Poison that's inside here. So let's crack this open and take a look. And we're back. I had to get my X-Acto knife and move the set a little bit so I could get a clearer shot in the screen. So let's open this up, see what's inside. So not a lot of rattling like the Spider-Man Marvel Corp box that I opened yesterday, or last Sunday, yesterday. Okay, so right away we got the pin. Not as cool as the Spider-Man pin from last week. At all. The Wonder Woman patch definitely is nicer than the Vulture, I'll give it that. The eyes are kind of a neat touch. I like the fact that you can see her tiara. It's definitely movie-based, but her eyes are really anime looking. You can see it in the picture here. It kind of looks more like an anime Wonder Woman, which this is not. This is the movie Wonder Woman. So the pin, again, look at the picture here. See what you decide. I'm not super thrilled on this one. Actually, it's kind of a little, I don't know, the weird detailing around the Wonder Woman emblem is just not doing it for me. I know it's kind of probably more shield look, but I don't know. Pin's a fail, patch is good. So here we go. Let's check out what else is inside. So there we go. We got the preview for the animated series one, the Dr. Freeze that I was talking about earlier. So, first bummer, this doesn't have a shirt. I know they're not always going to have a shirt in them. The only thing that makes up for it is there are two Funkos in this box. Instead, like two Funko Pops instead of a t-shirt. I'll take that sacrifice for sure when it comes to especially these two that are in here. There's a little Wonder Woman pint-sized hero in here, which is... I'm not as, like, I pretty much only collect the Funko Pop figures. I'm not, like, the Rock Candy are really cute, and so are the Dorbs, but I definitely am sticking mostly to Funko. I don't know, there's a couple Dorbs that I find super cute that I may hang on to, but mostly it's going to be just the Funko Pop. So, anyways, Pint-Size Hero will probably end up getting donated to the door prize tickets, or again, the thing I was talking about for the MSSI silent auction for the upcoming toy show. Instead of a t-shirt, you've got some Wonder Woman socks. These are super tiny. I don't think I'll probably ever wear them, so those will probably be another donate pile. They're just, yeah, they're probably going to be too tiny. So I am an Amazon, and they didn't really give me Amazon socks in here. So anyways, no comic book. Am I missing something? No, there's actually no comic book in this one. That's kind of a bummer. I like the comics. They're actually really fun. Anyway, onto the Funkos that are inside of here. I'm going to move this box off. We're going to pull those two out. We're going to take a look at them. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer edition here for especially covering two different exclusive Funko Pop figures. I'm going to start showing you them spinning around in their box art right now. This is the Wonder Woman with lasso and the Dr. Maru, Dr. Poison. I'm going to call her Dr. Poison. I really like that better. A villain that I really enjoyed, but I think was super underplayed. I'll talk a little bit more about that. I talked about it in a previous episode, but I'll kind of rehash it while we look at these figures. I'd have to say this is probably one of my favorite Wonder Woman so far, just looking at her in box. It'll be interesting to see pulling her out of box and what she actually looks like. The lasso is nice. I'm glad they didn't try to glow it yellow and make it really bright yellow. I like the gold tones on this so far that I'm seeing. Anyways, that was a quick kind of 360 of their box art. I don't want to make this too crazy long, and I really want to break into these two, and that's why most of you are here, is you really want to see them as well outside of their box. So let's pull them out and take a look. Okay, so hands down my favorite Wonder Woman so far when it comes to the movie edition that have come out, and that I only had one on the show so far, but I have a couple in my collection. From what I'm seeing in this one, it is my favorite. The lasso is great. She actually stands up without her little disc, which was kind of neat. I didn't even see it at first when I was opening the package and put her down. So that's kind of a nice feature. I mean, her head is she is tilting a little bit forward, but still stood up. So articulation on this one, which I kind of haven't been doing on the show, but I'm going to try to kind of get into that. Her head does turn a fair bit, but not all the way. Her hair gets caught on her shoulder and doesn't really go any further than that. The whip is super beautiful. The paint job on this figure is incredible. It's glossy golds, like it's just really well done. No mess ups anywhere that I can see, which is a really nice touch. They really did this, and I'm a Wonder Woman fan. I'm an Amazon, so this is really important to me to see effort put into these figures, especially. So you've been kind of seeing her spinning around here a little bit. I think I'm actually a little bit more excited for Dr. Poison than I am Wonder Woman, which is really, I was not expecting that. But her goggles and her face piece, they really did a great job with transferring that from the actual movie to a Funko figure, which I thought was going to be really hard. And the stock photos, it almost looks like it's just painted on. But this one here, it's actually like three-dimensional on her face in a way, and it's really, really cool. They glossed her gloves, they glossed her feet. Her head obviously spins all the way around. There's nothing blocking it. But her stance and just the way that she's standing and her goggles, everything about this character is so really cool. These two are not going to be included in the Judgening. They'll be part of next week's Judgening. But yes, I'm loving this character. I'm really glad. I'm not a super fan of the spring baubles. Some of them work for me, some of them don't, but I'm really excited for the new Thor Ragnarok ones. I actually, when I reviewed Thor, and I think my first episode on here, I was like, please make a 6-inch in armor, and they are, and it sounds like it's not a bauble, which is going to be really weird for the people who are diehard Marvel Pop collectors. I'm not sure if they're going to enjoy it more. I really love the non-baubles. I think they last longer. You don't have to worry about the springs going. So anyways, now that you've seen both of those spinning around in their 360 video, you've got a little bit more of a look in them. I'm probably going to stretch this out a little bit, so you may be seeing Wonder Woman before you're seeing this, but whatever. You're still getting to see them up close and some really good footage here. I really, as I said, I really wish they had pushed this character and made the whole villain of this movie her. I think she was super underplayed, and they could have gone so far with this character and made her just so epically they could have just really rocked it out on that one instead of Ares. Ares, of course, should happen, but it could have been its own movie. I think that is where a lot of DC, when it comes to movies especially, has failed so epically for me, is there's too many villains, and one of them always gets kind of crapped down and doesn't get the light that they kind of deserve. And this one was definitely one of them for me. I would have really had liked to have seen more for her. Both these figures are so great together. I will definitely not feel bad about not getting a Wonder Woman t-shirt. In this one, I'm sure there'll be another Wonder Woman t-shirt somewhere down the road and another Wonder Woman figure. But all in all, I'm really stoked for these two, and I'm glad I have them in my collection. So now, let's check out and get into the Judgening and see which ones made the cut this week and which ones didn't. Okay, now it's time for the Judgening. Who's going to make the cut, who's not? So let's start off. We have the Spider-Man for the Marvel Collector Corp box from last week. He's a keeper for sure, unless another Spider-Man from the movie comes out that rocks him a little bit more, could knock him off the shelf. Hot Girl, loving anything with wings, is a stay in this one. So here's the one that I'm not sure of. It's not going to stay on the shelf. The Gus Gus is really just too big and bulky and doesn't really fit well with the other figures. So I'm going to kind of put him out in my apartment and just have him a little bit more displayed, maybe around my plants or somewhere else. But he just doesn't function well in like a collection setting and a look. So I know, I mean, I guess I could take him out of his shoe and just have him there, but I'm going to try that instead. So far he's a mid shelf, I guess you could say. He's not fully going on eBay, but we'll see how he kind of looks outside. I am building some shelves for my strictly out of box and not keeping box ones. These ones I'm keeping the boxes because I really like them and I just think it looks really cool together. So anyways, he's going to go out there. Peter Pan, I decided to keep him. I really like everything else besides the glitter on the stand. I think it actually probably would have been better if it was clear. I know they were going for Disney magic and all, but that would have been a little bit better for me. I'm keeping both of the Saurons. One of them, like the dark black one, I'm not going to keep its box. It's just going to go strictly into my out of box shelf and collection on that one. Baby Groot, I am going to keep him. Everyone is being kept this week. I know that kind of defies the whole purpose of the judging, but I really like all of them. It's so hard because most of these, as I said, I have bought them because I really dig them in their packages, and that's going to be hard to kind of judge them out. But there have been certain ones on the show that I was just super shocked at how much I didn't like them when they were out of their package. But these ones, they all make the cut. They're all going down into the shelf here, and then we're going to have more, just kind of keep it cycling along. So thank you for tuning in. That was an awesome unboxing. We got through the judging, made it through Canada Day. It's going to be an awesome July month. We're going to get into some really cool... We're actually going to have a theme week coming up since we've kind of got a bit of DC going on. The rest of this week is going to be Batman, like all different Batmans, because I have a lot of Batmans and I would like to kind of go through and cycle through some of these and check them out outside of their boxes. So stay tuned for Batman week and let me know in the comments what you think about whether or not you like the theme week or if you kind of like more of the random week. And don't forget to enter that contest. It starts now all the way up until July 15th. There's a contest video on the channel here. Go check it out. Enter #EverydayFunko. And stay tuned for more prizes in August as well. The month will probably fly by just like June did. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I will see you all next week.